Welcome to StorageCraft's presentation on ShadowProtect 4.0. We're very excited about this release of ShadowProtect. We have a lot of exciting things to show you in the next little bit. First thing I want to talk about is the menu on the left-hand side. You're able to use this menu to jump to any one of these sections. If you want to look at our management console, our recovery environment, or how to perform a Head Start Restore, you can jump to those sections right now. If you choose to watch this presentation, it will just continue to play all the way through. ShadowProtect 4.0, backup fast and recover faster. So what are we going to talk about during this presentation? We're going to give you a quick overview of the ShadowProtect 4.0 product family. We're going to talk about some of its benefits. We're going to talk about all of its features. And then we're going to give you a product demonstration of all of the features. We're going to show you how to set up a backup job, how to restore files and folders, perform a restore, replicate your data, and maybe start a Head Start Restore as well. So everything that I'm going to show you today is available in ShadowProtect Server, ShadowProtect Small Business Server, Image Manager Enterprise, which is a new product introduced with ShadowProtect 4.0, and ShadowProtect Desktop. If you're looking for information on ShadowProtect IT Edition and ShadowProtect Granular Recovery for Exchange, use the menu and hop over to that particular product page and you'll see a product tour there for those products. So at StorageCraft, it's always been our goal to have the smallest recovery time objective. So a recovery time objective is the point to where you have some kind of disaster, whether it be a deleted file, folder, a system has melted down to the time that you can restore that data and get that machine back up and running. With ShadowProtect, we've always had very small recovery time objectives. We have incredible backup speeds. We have even awesome restore speeds. With the ShadowProtect 4.0, we are able to shrink that recovery time to almost near instant failover. And I'm going to show you how you can do that today. By reducing that RTO, you're maximizing that business continuity. You have the ability to save money and minimize lost business opportunities. Again, a missing file, a missing email, a server gone down is going to cause lost business opportunities. We've also made it simple to manage all of your backup and disaster infrastructure with ShadowProtect 4.0. So let's talk about some of the features here. Reliable backup. ShadowProtect always backs up. It works awesome. You're going to get volume level full backups, incremental backups, and differential backups with ShadowProtect. So let me translate what that means. We have a volume snapshot manager, which gives us the ability to take a picture or a photograph of a machine while it's hot and running. We can do that down to every 15 minutes. When we take that snapshot, we will always back up at the sector level, which is the smallest amount of data on that disk. By backing up the sector level, we can track those changes in real time. So when it comes time to take another backup, we're backing up just the changes. That's what gives you the incremental technology. So you literally are getting exact point-in-time backups of the operating system, the applications, the configuration, network settings, the data, everything. We work within Microsoft's VSS framework, which means when we go to take that snapshot, we holler out to the VSS framework and we say, get ready. So applications like Exchange and SQL and everything else is going to get ready for that snapshot, which literally takes milliseconds. And once that snapshot is done, that technology is released to go back to work. So you can ensure that when we are backing up your system, we are getting everything on that disk. Fast recovery. We back up reliable, but now we can recover even faster. One of the coolest features that I think we have is Virtual Boot. Virtual Boot gives you the ability to literally right mouse click on any one of our backup images, whether it be a full or an incremental or whatever it is, and tell it to boot as a virtual machine. And within a minute or two later, you have a virtual machine of that server from that point in time up and running. We also have another feature called a hardware independent restore. So if you have dying hardware and you want to go buy new hardware and you want to keep the same operating system, you don't want to have to install all your apps and all your security settings and everything else like that, the hardware independent restore will allow you to, after you lay the data down, go in and tell that operating system, hey, you're no longer on this old hardware. You're now on this new hardware. It's an awesome feature. It runs really well. We have a really robust driver library. So if you are going to newer hardware, it's a good chance that we're going to see it. If not, you can always go out and grab the drivers and tell us what drivers to use as well. We have the ability to do bare metal recovery as well. If you have a brand new machine with a brand new disk that's never been provisioned before, you can do that. Also, file and folder level recovery. Just as you can right mouse click on an image, whether it be an incremental or full, and tell it to virtual boot, you can also right mouse click on it and tell it to mount as a drive letter and literally just drag and drop the files back where you need it to go. Because of our hardware independent restore, we have the ability to do restores to completely dissimilar hardware to and from virtual environments. Flexible system migration. You can't get any more flexible than right mouse clicking on an image and telling it to boot as a virtual machine. I mean, that's flexible. Virtual Converter. This is a tool built within ShadowProtect 4.0. It allows you, again, to pick any one of those point-in-time images, whether it be a full or an incremental again, and convert that to a virtual disk file. We can convert to a Microsoft Hyper-V VHD file or a VMware VMDK file as well. Then you can go into that infrastructure, create a virtual machine, and point it to that hard drive, that virtual disk file. Simplified management. We now have a management console, an enterprise view into all of the systems that are running ShadowProtect on your network. You can group them by resource or by job or whatever you desire there. You also can go out and see what machines on your network is running ShadowProtect, and then the ones that are not, you can actually do a push install. You can activate the license and tell the machines to reboot as well. We have some new notification and reporting within the product as well. So if backup jobs are failing, you can get notified on that, but also you can get a daily summary and a weekly summary out of ShadowProtect for that backup job as well. We have a complementary tool that comes with ShadowProtect 4.0. That tool is called Image Manager. I don't want to get too confusing yet, but there are two versions of Image Manager. There's Image Manager, and then there is Image Manager Enterprise. But I want to point out there is only one installer. So when you install Image Manager, you also are installing Image Manager Enterprise, but it does take a key to unlock those features. Image Manager is designed to verify and re-verify all of your images that you're taking with ShadowProtect. We also have a feature or a backup job within ShadowProtect 4.0 called Continuous Incrementals. And its goal or its job is to take one full backup only and then incrementals forever after that. And each incremental is dependent on the one before it all the way back to the full. So each time a backup fires off, your chain is growing, and it can grow out of control. So we also have built in consolidation within Image Manager, and it's going to take all of the backups that you're taking every single day and reduce that dependency chain down to one file. Then it will create collapsed weeklies and collapsed monthlies. I don't want to get too technical with this, but just keep in mind Image Manager is going to consolidate that job and keep that chain as small as possible. Now we also have some new notification and reporting within Image Manager 4.0 as well. So when it's verifying and consolidating, if errors pop up and it starts having problems, it will notify you and let you know what's going on there as well. A couple of new features with Image Manager Enterprise. The first one I'm most excited about is Head Start Restore. This is the ability to start restoring to a VMDK or a VHD file while your backups are still happening. So as your backups are going every day, day in, day out, this new data can still be applied to this virtualization hard drive. And you can tell it to say, oh, you know what, keep this image 2 hours old. So as new data is coming in, anything that's older than 2 hours is automatically restored or Head Start Restore into this virtual disk file. And if you do have a failure, you can then simply tell the job to finalize that disk, and then you can use that hard drive, that virtual disk file, into a virtual machine and boot. Replication. Some exciting new features with the replication. The ability to replicate local is built into the regular Image Manager. Network and FTP are built into the Image Manager Enterprise. And this isn't just a simple little FTP transport, whatever's in this folder, just ship it over. Because of the way that the continuous incremental job works, we have built in a replication engine. It knows what files that you need on your remote site for that off-site disaster recovery. So keep in mind, this is not just a simple FTP transport. This is a true replication engine and synchronization that will keep your images in sync at that remote location as well. When you purchase ShadowProtect, we will give you the Rapid Recovery CD. You can either get it ISO or you can get it shipped to you, but it is a Windows bootable CD-ROM that will give you the ability to lay your data down to a different system, even to the same system if you need to. You can use this to restore to virtual machines or other physical machines. It has that hardware-independent restore feature built into it, and it also has the ability to do bare metal recovery as well. So after you boot into this environment, you'll lay your data from the images right back down to that machine, perform an HIR and say you're no longer on the old hardware, you're on the new hardware, and away you go. You can boot that machine. If your images happen to be like on a USB drive or an eSATA, you can still restore from there. Or if they happen to be on a network, you can also restore from that location as well. Let's take a quick look at ShadowProtect 4.0, and we're going to take a look at Image Manager and Image Manager Enterprise as well.